Hey anglers and anglerettes, who wants to go catch crappie today? Huh? Raise your hand. Who wants to go catch crappie? Well, I know I do. Well, here we are in upper Michigan, maybe even central Minnesota. Lots of ice. No, just kidding. We're actually in Missouri. It has been one of those years to where it has been so cold and it is so icy that it's really been tough for us to find any place that's thawed out. But we have found a place today, and I wished I'd have had my camera just to show you the road we came in on. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, Jeff Faulkenberry. He calls me about 8:30 last night and says, hey, let's just go fishing. So what am I going to say? When the sweeper calls, I go, you dang right. So I don't know where we are, but we're going to try to get the boat loaded. We'll probably go through a little skim of ice or whatever, but we're going to go after crappie today. So anytime we're together, you know it's going to be a fun show. Let's get the boat put in and let's go catch some crappie. What do you say? See you in a bit. Well, we are in. This kind of feels like deja vu to me. Didn't we last year kind of go through a little sheen of ice?
Yeah.
So we are breaking ice right now, but we see some open water. It's supposed to be about in the 50s today, so it's not going to be that bad. A lot of this will melt off, but right now, like I said, it's just very unusual. We've just got this cold weather or whatever. It's actually my birthday week. My birthday's Saturday. Today is Tuesday. Here the first part of March, and we're just really not used to having ice. But anyway, we're going to get to our spot, and we're going to set up. We're going to do a little recon, and hopefully we'll catch us some crappie today. So here we are. We're in our first spot, and so what we're going to do is spider rig. Why am I telling? This is your method, Jeff. You tell them.
Well, it's early spring, first part of March, so what we're doing is coming in the mouths of these creeks and spider rigging, checking for these fish that are just staged out in the open, chasing open water fish, and just covering a lot of ground right now, trying to get onto something now that we just got the ice off. There's still ice, but there's a few holes in it where we can get on the water.
Whoa! Boy, you just whooped him right on in there.
Yes, sir.
How about that? Okay, first fish. First fish. We finally got out of the ice and got into where you're we've just been drifting at.
Yeah, we just had to let the wind. Yeah, the trolling motor's not even on. I was just waiting for the wind to blow that.
Yeah, that's it. First fish of the day, baby.
Betcha. We'll get another. This rig that we're using, super simple. Sinker on the bottom, 2 hooks above it, put a minnow on each one, let her rip.
Let her rip, tater chip. That's one of hopefully many. So let's see if we can grab us another here.
I'm gonna get him.
There you go, put him in the well.
Big old crappie.
Big old crappie. Big old crappie. Looky here, looky here. What about that? Grab that fish for me.
Let me get that for you.
You're the guide, so I want you to take the credit.
Sure.
How about that?
Forwards on a little snag there that you caught that fish on. We'll get over and get it.
Yeah. That's the thing. We've got some wind blowing right now, and so it's been blowing all this morning. We've been kind of running around trying to find us a little spot to kind of get in out of the wind and all. It's been kind of slow, but we're reconning, Jeff's got some guide trips coming up, and I'll tell you what, not a bad fish for my first one. You know, this has been an unusual year just for the cold. We're not built for the cold like you northern guys up there. You guys are a lot tougher, you know. Where you guys have to wait several months for the ice to melt. You know, we were all getting stir crazy and cabin fever just from ice being on for 2 weeks. So or 3 weeks, whatever it was, you know, versus 2 or 3, 4 months like you guys are. This is not a deep water lake by no means. So when it's froze, what do you think these crappie are doing?
They'll get out and stage on them main channels, get out in a little bit of deeper water, and they just ball up in tight schools and hang out, wait for the sunshine.
They just kind of wait it out.
Yeah.
They're like us. Yep. There he is. There he was.
There he was.
There he is.
Again.
There he is again. Man. All right. I'm telling you, this wind is just really, if we were just out here, just fishing, it wouldn't be bothering us so much. But since we're trying to video and everything else, man, I'll tell you, I don't even know if you guys can hear any of that, but you know,
Nice crappie.
the little keeper crappie right there. He'll go in the frying pan, he'll eat.
What we've done we come in here and we kind of graft around and mark some fish. We come to the downwind side and working into the wind gives us a little bit better boat control. And we're marking quite a few fish and just easing up and plucking them off one at a time and fighting the wind still. You know, the wind's not letting up, but it's gusty. We get some little breaks and it's actually working pretty good.
You know, one of the things, Jeff, I noticed that you will run your poles in your rod rack, you'll run them just a little bit higher than most. You know, some people, they'll run them not just a couple of inches from the bottom, so, or from the top of the water. So why do you run yours a little higher?
Right, I run mine close, but I like to have about a foot to maybe 15 inches of line between the water and the tip of the rod, and that's so I can watch that line. I can see if it's walking back, if I'm over a stick, or sometimes a fish may just take the weight off and swim the line off one side or the other, but I don't want it, you know, there's a lot of guys that run it real close because they can see that tip better, and I want to see, you know, a foot to 15 inches of that line, because you'll catch a lot more fish watching that line than you will that tip.
And I'm watching my line right here on number 4.
Yeah, you got him.
So here, hold the camera there, Jeff.
Yeah.
Nice little crappie. See, and just what he was saying just then was exactly what happened when I had the camera on Jeff. Then my line started going, and there you go. Look at that. Nice crappies right there. Fish on. And a dandy. Another one? Little windy fish.
Little windy Truman Lake crappies.
Man, can y'all hear this wind? Gee.
It is flat ripping.
Man, we apologize for the audio or whatever. We'll probably end up having to shoot some VO just to kind of talk about what's going on. But all right, another good fish. It's been pretty steady.
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah, been just steady bite. Oh, you had a hit there, but it's been a steady bite. You know, not just lights out. Of course, we're working with this gusty winds. I don't know what they're blowing mile per hour wise, but it's a bunch. It'll take your hat off.
Yeah.
But pretty day to be out.
Yep.
Getting fat.
Yep.
Right now, this is the first sunshine they've had in a little while, and there's a lot of big black stumps and stuff, and now that the ice is off and the sun's hitting those black stumps, it's starting to warm around those stumps, so those fish were really holding tight to some of them big black stumps, and just getting ready for spawn and feeding back up after the winter time right now.
Oh, what do you got? What have I got?
Oh, nice black crappie.
Little black crappie. Look at here. I'm sitting there shooting cutaways. We got camera going. But in the meantime, another crappie. How about that? Tell you what, the wind is just blowing us all around, and then plus, there's really not any fish. So I'll let him hold the camera up just a little bit. But right now it's starting to pay off, and we're starting to catch a few fish. So this method right here is still tried and true right here. I know some of you now with all this live stuff or whatever is picking off one crappie at a time. I'll tell you what, this right here is still a good recon method and still a good way to catch fish, the spider rigging. Three. Yours. Don't be telling me mine. You're the one that had the fish.
You had one too.
You're the one having the fish on. He's telling me you got one on. I'm saying, well, I'm telling you, you got one on yours. That was funny. Yeah. We're both pointing at each other's pole there, going, hey, you got one on three. No, you got one there. That's your three. That's funny. That's a good crappie too.
A nice crappie.
See what happens when the wind kind of calms down just a little bit? We can catch a fish. I mean, they're right in line with the bait, so I think we should be
In the right.
at the right depth.
Number three.
I'm looking at
Hit it.
Well, he is on there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keep her cool.
he's a little bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, they are white. In that old muddy water. Go. Oh, look how white. I mean, almost albino.
No color at all, do they?
None whatsoever. But here it is, the first part of March, and the forecast looks good. We should have a good season, and looks like if the weather holds and you know we can actually get to spring without freezing to death again, I think that you know the crappie season should be another good season. So get on out here, get the boat in the water, and
Dress for it.
oh, you better dress for it, because let me tell you, with that ice that's been on there, that wind that blows off that water, it's every bit as chilly as what that ice is. That'd be just like you got a bowl of ice and putting a fan in front of it. That's what it feels like. So you better dress for it and have some good heavy clothes. But get on out here and enjoy it. As much fun as we had today, you guys can get out there and do that too, and you can find your crappie and just have a ball with it. Nice.
Now I got the other line.
No.
This stupid wind. That's alright.
Hey, right here. Look at this mess. Thank goodness it was a good fish. To get it. Look at that. Look at all the lines in there.
Thank goodness he ain't flipping all over the place too.
What do you think about us calling it a day video? We may still fish, but let's call it a video, or call it a day on video.
I say we'll finish our limit out, but this wind's gonna make audio tough, that's for sure.
It has been tough, but we're gonna get out of here. I think we may still fish a little bit longer, and but this wind has just been something else. But hey, you know, the conditions hadn't been ideal. We still caught fish. We've had cabin fever. It's just iced over, and we're just ready to get out. I had a big time today. This is the first time that I got to use my ACC crappie sticks, and I've had a good time with them. And I look forward to spending a little more time with them. But you know, we're gonna get out of here. And just as soon as we do, the wind will stop and everything will just go crazy. We'll just catch fish one right after another, but hey, I hope so. But anyway, as always, keep what you can use, release the rest, and we'll be somewhere next time right here on the G3 Sportsman. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Jeff.
You betcha.